scene, we had the first transvestite. Like
Rita.
all these people talk about trannies and stuff. We were running with the first transgender in 1995. Rita O. I got her picture in my phone.
Did I show it to you?
Look at her head. Look at the size of her head. She was a real tranny.
She had.
Okay, I was there when she called the White House. And
She called the what?
The White House. I want to talk to the president because the bar in, what was that town where Carol stripped? Ballard.
Oh yeah.
Ballard. We were in Ballard one night, and we were up on. I was hosting or something, or she was up there and she was doing jokes, and then she said "f," and the guy came up and took the mic from her and said, "No, you cannot say "f" here. This is family." And we go, no, give her back the mic. She'll be clean. And she went right back to fucking suck. So he goes, everybody out, get out. So she had like a bag of Coke and a bunch of pills. We went over to her house and we're snorting Coke and shit. And she's like, I don't understand why they don't let me say "f." And I'm like, I don't know, Rita. Cut another line. And she's like, I don't get it. And I'm like, listen, if you got a problem, call the president. And she goes, I guess I will. And she picked up the phone and started calling, can I get the White House, please? And I'm like, Rita. And she's like, I want to talk to the president. They won't let me do dirty jokes. Hello? And they hung up on her. And she called back. And when she called back, I'm like, I'm going to start taking this Coke and some of these pills.
Someone's coming.
Because they're coming. They'll come within a minute. They'll come.
Someone's coming.
And sure enough, as I jumped in the car, the cops are coming down the block. I can't believe you're leaving me. Yeah, because the cops are on their way, and you got $10,000 worth of pills here.
Okay. You, in the many years that we've known each other, you haven't gotten me quite as good. But when Rita O died, and I asked you, how did she die? You had me believing that because her head was so big.
Yeah, she fell off a speaker.
Yeah,
That's what really happened.
Because her head.
Her head was so big because she was a small Japanese.
Yeah.
She was a small Japanese man, and then she became a woman and put a wig on. So the head stayed big, but her body lost all the weight. So she had this head that she would fall once a month and have to go to the hospital and an ankle and all that shit.
She really fell off the speaker?
And she was dancing at that bar, the gay bar in Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
And she fell off the speaker and she banged her head. She went to a coma and she died.
Yeah,
Bro, but she came to LA one time and she started getting snippy with me. I owed her $500 and I wasn't gonna pay her, right? And I owed her $500 from Headshots or something. And she's like, I want my money. And she started yelling at me in my house because she was at Carol. And I was making tomato soup. You ever hear about that story?
You did tell me this story.
And I threw the tomato soup on both of them. I just said, shut the up. There was tomato soup everywhere. The walls, the table, the fucking carpet.
And you did owe her the money?
Huh?
And you did owe her the money?
Did what?
You owed her the money?
I owed her $500. Yeah. And she's like, when am I getting my money? I said, soon. When I get the check. And she's like, I want it today. I go, you can't get it today. I'm not getting paid till they send me the fucking check. And she kept harping on me. And then Carol's like, you should pay her. I go, Carol, you're my girlfriend. Do I have any fucking, how do you want to pay me? I go, why don't you fucking pay her?
Yeah, she's got that.
And I'll pay you. And she's like, no, okay, then you. You got to wait for my check. And they kept haunting me. And I was making tomato soup. Here it is, tomato prison soup. Not even like good soup. It's Campbell's canned shit. And I'm like, you want to bust my balls about $500? I'm eating soup. And they're like, well, you're not going to get bread. What? And I just threw the fucking soup at everybody.
Let me ask you.
That is the most fun I had in a long time, Lee. But that's where my mind is. The place in Tempe had 3 stories. But on the second story, they had a smoking lounge that faced the inside of the hotel.
Okay.
So you walk into the hotel, people, and right there you check in. But then, to get to your room, you have to walk away from that area and walk across this tremendous palazzo, pool, restaurant, and business. When people get together for businesses, conferences,
right?
And they're unbelievable. These bungalows, Lee. These bungalows have a fucking kitchen, Lee, like the size of my living room, with a refrigerator against the wall. You ask for it. Coconut water with pineapple on it. The red fucking juice, Lee. They got everything.
Nice.
So here's these people having conferences about real estate, and there's another hut with people having conferences, and there's 100 people down by the pool because it's Tempe, Arizona, and there's fucking 30 people eating in the restaurant. And I go up on the second floor, and I go into the corner, and I take a cigarette, and I light it. Now, there's another guy on the other side. He's smoking a cigarette. He puts his cigarette out, and he walks in. I take my fucking joint out, Lee, and I spark that motherfucker. And meanwhile, the whole time, I'm smoking the cigarette like this with my left hand, but I got the joint in my right hand, Lee. And with nobody watching, I make believe like somebody's calling me. And when I go to get the cell phone, I take 2 hits off the joint, and the fucking air is catching this. And you can see that the people in both conferences are looking around, and I'm right in front of them, Lee, smoking the fucking cigarette, and they cannot figure out who the fuck is doing this. Lee, I was doing it for 3 days. I tormented people at this hotel in Arizona. The last time, I'll never forget the 3rd day, people were running in the fucking lot trying to figure out who it was, and there I am on the balcony, right in front of them.
They have like statutes for that hotel now because of that event and whatever year to deal with smokers. Like they have a whole new part of a rule book they had to teach people.
Let me tell you something, Lee. I never saw Gentiles in such a state of panic. They were fucking running around, Lee, the 3rd day. The bellman, the fucking security, go to the roof, go to the second floor.
Were you moving around the hotel just to mess with them?
Yeah, no, I'm on the balcony watching them smoking reefer while they're looking everywhere but at me because I'm right in front of them, Lee.
What, did they think you were smoking a cigarette or
They
something?
thought I wasn't even smoking cigarettes. I just knew that if the only reason I could go on this balcony was to smoke a cigarette. And they keep looking at me, and they're looking at this cigarette, and they're going, it's not him. But what they're not seeing is that I keep taking my phone out going, hello, hold on 1 second. And I'm taking 2 hits off the joint, blowing it. And then what I would do is leave the roach by the fucking plant. There was planters out there, and I would leave the roach by the plant.
Do you think it got sent for DNA? They're like,
No,
"Oh, ketchup."
no. They're like, we knew it. But Lee, that was fucking I love doing that type of
The
shit.
roach bandit.
2,500 in there. I put $2,000 in there, and she would get the book. In those days, they gave you a book, and they'd tell you. So it stayed at $2,000. I was pretty good. And then I said, F it, if I buy bulk, I make more money, and I have other people I could sell it to. In those days, I had a guy in Guttenberg that would sell anything. Guttenberg was a creepy town. People did anything in Guttenberg, and this guy was the fucking main dump. I remember one night bumping into him, we're smoking weed out of a pipe. First off, we're freshmen in high school.
Right.
It's 90 degrees out. It's 3 in the morning. We're on like one of these corner blocks, and there's 10 of us out. And he's smoking. And he goes, you got any mescaline? I go, yeah. He goes, let me get 3 hits. And he took 2 right in front of me at 3 in the morning, and he was taking the other one, and he was crunching it up. I go, what are you doing with that? He goes, I'm going to put it in the bowl and smoke it. You want a hit? And I'm like, no. I already did like 3 of these motherfuckers. I still got to walk through the cemetery. And we used to put ourselves to the test, too. We weren't these little faggy guys that went to a rave. If you're going to go deep with Uncle Joey, we're going to go deep. We're going to take you to the projects and park and go behind the fence and walk behind that little cemetery for a little hike.
On mescaline.
Oh, yeah. Woo! When you see, like, devil worshippers and shit.
And this sounds like fun to you?
Yeah, when you're tripping.
What is it like on mescaline? Is it just acid?
It's acid. It's acid without the roller skates.
That explains a lot.
That we did, I was about 17, and we did double sunshine acid
Jesus.
on the blotter. It was 2 hits of acid rolled into one, really.
Sure.
That's why they called it double barrel, whatever the it was. We ate it, and we went to that movie in Fairview where George's office is right now. It was next to a Carvel. But we walked out of there about 1:30 in the morning.
Right.
And the acid was on fire. And we got to walk down Bergen Boulevard to North Bergen border and then walk to where Louis lived at the time on 83rd Street. It was me, him, and Kurt DiLorenzo. God rest his soul. And we're right about where the old diner was. It's still a diner there. And right on Bergen Boulevard, whatever that diner is, right there where we went. Boulevard Diner has been there since Jesus left Chicago. And it used to be open 24 hours, and they had a great cheeseburger deluxe with the mozzarella. That one, the Point?
Yep.
Where's the Point? Fairview.
Tom Sawyer.
Thompson. I don't like the one on 7th Street. But anyway, what are we talking about here?
We're not sure yet.
I don't know.
Do we know?
What are we talking about here? Come on.
No.
Who got knocked
No,
out?
you were...
Oh, okay.
You went to a movie.
So we're walking down Bergen Boulevard, and I don't know. I looked at Louis at Kurt, and I go, on the acid. I go, you hear that? And Kurt looks at me and goes, yeah, I hear that. But Louis goes, I don't hear that. So we just play with it. We just ran with it. We're like, how the don't you hear that? It's burning my ears. And then Kurt started with him. I'm telling you, I can't hear either. And they went back and forth for like 10 minutes. And it had just rained. And there was a huge pothole. And it had 2 inches of water. And this motherfucker dropped to his knees and started throwing cold water in his face. We're on the acid. Quack, 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 quack. We're dying. And this guy splashing water. And he comes back and he goes, I still don't hear it. I'm like, it's loud. And this motherfucker took off down Bergen Boulevard to Kennedy to wherever his destination was. We just walked home. We're like, we don't know what happened to that fucking dude.
What if he might never have recovered from that?
No, he recovered.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but then
Did you tell him
moved,
eventually that noise
yeah, but then he
wasn't
moved to
real?
Miami, you know. That's like getting a concussion and then moving to Miami and putting 18,000 Coke rocks in your head. That ain't going to help it either. You know. You were talking about gay bars before. Let's just get it out of the fucking way.
Get into the gays.
We moved here and we didn't have a kid. So when we moved here one night, my wife and I were sitting here. Nobody invited us to a Super Bowl party.
Okay.
And we said, let's take a walk around the neighborhood. We walked around the neighborhood. We walked into this fucking bar. And we're sitting there, and the game turns on, and they got people bringing food. All these guys are bringing food, like cakes and
for the Super Bowl?
for the Super Bowl. And they got a
cool.
pool table, and they had all the food on top of there. And after about 20 minutes in, maybe 30 minutes, I don't know, I'm having a tequila, whatever the fuck I'm having. I probably got an edible in me. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, my wife goes, you do know we're in a gay bar. And I go, how do you know? She goes, well, fucking beside the chubby lesbian over there with the military haircut and the flag hanging, they had
She's
a
the only
flag as a tarp hanging over the thing. And again, I didn't get up and leave. I had a fucking great time.
Sure.
I ended up watching the Super Bowl. I ate some food. One guy recognized me from the store. He was an open micer. I'm surprised you're even here, you know, all that shit. I told him my wife was here. He looked at me weird, sure, you know, that type of shit.
That's hilarious.
But then I didn't know. I don't know nothing about the gay culture.
Yeah.
But then more and more when we met Eric, and then you have a gay friend, the Chinese guy or whatever the fuck.
Korean.
Korean. And then you guys are telling me that there's fucking, like, if you want to be a conservative gay guy, like if you want to be like, you know the people that buy, when the Boston Red Sox go to the World Series?
Right, yeah.
And people buy Boston hats.
Oh, so yeah, they're fair weather.
Those are the gay people that go to Santa Monica Boulevard.
Yeah, you're right.
But
West
the
Hollywood.
hardcore people,
They come to the valley.
They come to the valley.
Yeah, I didn't
Is this
discover.
true?
It's true. I didn't discover.
Now, there's no bar called The Mouthful.
Oh, no, okay.
Oh, I'm sure there's somewhere.
Eric told me
Well-
that there's a bar called The Mouth.
That's your friend, your gay friend you
Yes,
talk about?
yes.
Okay. All I know is I have a gay uncle and his husband who live up the street from here. And so I was taking them out to a gay bar after I met up with you one night. And you were like, you got to take them to the Mouthful. I heard there's a teepee in the back. They get their dick sucked or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. My uncle and me spent the whole night trying to find this place. We're like Googling Mouthful, Los Angeles, West Side. It's not. There's no place, but there's a place like that. I think the Mouthful is like not the real name of the place.
They keep switching them out there.
So
They switch
All right,
names
because no, the gay bar that I went to.
here in the valley.
Has a
Okay,
flag.
so now
Which one did you go to?
I went to the one around the corner on Burbank Boulevard.
The Bullet one. That's the one. No.
No,
he went
is
to
that
I
one
went to the
called?
one right over
There's
here.
one before the Bullet, which has a flag outside.
That's the
No.
one where I got robbed.
There's one on Burbank Boulevard
yeah.
after Vineland and all that shit.
Yep.
I dropped Eric off.
It's
That's the
bigger.
Bullet.
That's the Bullet.
Oh,
okay?
wait.
That's the Bullet.
That's the one with 3 rooms.
Now, let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
Right. Let me tell you what happened. That used to be a Mexican restaurant.
Across the street, there's a big yellow one, right?
But no, that
Oh, that
fucking
one
place,
itself? Okay.
the Bullet, used to be like a Mexican
Oh, yeah?
Argentinian restaurant. And all of a sudden what they did was they took this gay bar over here and they switched them. Because that's why they started selling tacos in front of there at night.
That place is
That place
crazy.
moved over there.
Dude.
So I dropped Eric off in there one night. I knew that was the Bullet Bar, but I knew that somebody in my circle has mentioned, let me tell you what this gay bar is. I'm going to tell you what the gay bar is. You have to go
But if they realize
past
you're
Laurel Canyon, and after 2 or 3 blocks, you got to make a left. And you go into a neighborhood, and it's like warehouses and recording studios. And back there, you park. Because one night, I went to do Eddie Bravo's podcast.
and it was there.
And his podcast started at 11.
Yeah.
And when we came out, we were smoking. You couldn't smoke in the studio. This has to be 5-6 years ago. So I'm putting all these pieces together now. And at the corner, it was hopping. It was
It's on the corner.
It's on like a dead end type street. Nobody knows they're there. The purple lights are there. There must have been 20 guys outside with their fucking hats on. And then when I got in the car that night to leave, I said, let me see what the fuck it is. And it's like, it's a weird neighborhood in North Hollywood. It's half residential, but a couple warehouses.
I wonder if it's the same location.
So this is why I thought that was the Mouthful. It's really hidden. Where John Evan has his jiu-jitsu school.
Right, yeah, I know.
Is
Back
that
there, across the street is a strip club that nobody talks about. I hear if you go in there with $100, they'll around the world you. I don't know what the name
What
of
does
the
that
strip
mean?
club is.
what's around the world?
They'll lick your balls in your asshole and suck. But it's by a woman who's got shot twice, she just got out of prison. It's
Visible
not, it's
herpes
not
sores.
something. When I used to go train jiu-jitsu with John Evan, I would see guys going in there for lunchtime. And I asked John about that one time. I go, Professor, do you ever go over there after class at night? And he goes, that's not the kind of strip club
But you're
really want to
right.
go to.
There's two, because I always went to strip clubs. I go to strip clubs on
Now,
the road.
what do you hear about the strip clubs in the valley? You
I've
fuck
been to
people at the
two.
bars. Lee said he went to one where there was videos.
Yeah, that's the one I thought you were talking about. Yeah,
The gay bar.
that's the gay bar.
With Eric.
There's two in the valley that I've been to that are both. You got to understand, like, for the people listening, like, most of us go to gay bars where, like, straight girls go because guys don't flirt with you, but the gay guys love you and everything's happy and bubbly and rainbows. These are like if like the seediest gay dudes, like a gay mob, ran a club. That's how you have to even go down the one you're talking about with the videos.
Yeah.
You have to go down a little side alley thing to walk in, and then there's 3 rooms. If they think you're straight, or if you're me, they didn't even they wouldn't let me in the back room. The back room is like the sex, like everybody's fucking. I think that's your TP thing.
I think you might have gone to his side one, because the one that we're talking about, the Bullet, you just go right on Burbank, and they let me right in.
Did they charge you a cover?
No, but it was an off night after. I've only went once.
Wait, but is this the one with the video screens and the porn playing everywhere?
Yeah.
That's the same one I went
That's
to.
the one on Burbank by the Chinese.
By our old office, sort of.
They probably didn't
Okay.
let you in the back. Somebody's got to tell you about the back. It's
Oh
like,
no, I went to the back with the tent. I didn't go in the tent.
you went all the way back there?
Yeah.
They totally gave you a gay pass. They would not
Well, yeah,
even let me in.
my buddy took me on a tour.
I was with 2 gay dudes, and a guy was very, like, you never think at a gay bar a guy's going to step to you and be mean. Because, that happens at straight bars.
I love it. I had the best experience. Everyone was so nice to me there. He took me around, It was raining, so I don't think anyone was in the tent that night. But I was so.
I didn't get to see the tent.
It looks like one of those homeless tents under the bridges. It's like it's barely standing
I
up.
can't imagine what it smells like in that tent. Men's feet, men's ass, and like dead sperm on the floor because the jizz just comes out of their muffler. I don't.
Do you want me to show you? Because I
You have
no,
pictures?
I don't want you
not
to show
the tent,
me.
but I know you hate Yelp, but they have the best Yelp.
Really?
All right, let's read the Yelp reviews.
Because they have.
This is what goes on, and guys like me don't know this shit exists. So when I found out about all these stories, and then my gay neighbor and his stories, I was like, there's a secret foundation.
Dude.
There's like a secret island of that goes on in the valley.
My gay bestie, he'll do like, some people how they'll like party for a week and then take 2-3 weeks and not do anything at all. And then they'll do like a bender. He does that with fucking dudes. And it's the funniest. I mean, we were on the road together at 2 PM. He's like, hey, do you mind if I go up the street? This guy on Grindr, he wants to hook up. I'll be back in like an hour. I'm like, you just found a stranger to go fuck, like an appointment? He's like, yeah, but I'll be back. Then he comes back. Then later, he's like, I have a date. I'm like, when? He's like, in an hour. He went on 2 fuck dates before the show and another one after the show.
Look at this.
Is this it?
This is my favorite Yelp in the entire world.
I can't tell if this is the one. Wait, this is in Santa Clarita.
No, this is in Burbank.
Oh my God! Just knowing that Lee
Look at
went
the
on
mask.
Yelp
Oh my
for
God.
a gay
Lee.
bar.
Why were you on
let
Yelp? Did you
know
review
what
it?
I deal with.
Did you review
This
this
is
bar?
not-
I looked it up because look at this stuff.
They had a photo.
Leather dog.
Oh, this is awesome though. Dude.
I love this. I love all this shit. I grew up in that. New York was eccentric for this shit.
No,
They
this
were not, and they
is
were doing
awesome.
this. They were doing this when you weren't allowed to be gay in New York. When I was a kid, like you couldn't tell people you could be gay in New York.
Such
And
fun.
underground bars, and that's where we'd go. I would go to one in Guttenberg, New Jersey, to get coke, and they would fucking be doing disgusting stuff in there.
Who's that guy? I know that guy. Sorry.
Bears, whatever. Oh my God!
Who's that? I know him.
No, let's read the.
Who is that?
Let's see. I haven't checked the reviews.
I was immediately
the fuck is-
contacted by Madeline.
Wait, let's read some of the reviews. Yeah. Just visited for the. Hold on. Just say yes to everything. That's the best. The staff bartenders.
Oh my God! How is there a Yelp review for gay bars, ladies and gentlemen? I am learning something. Just say yes to everything. The staff, the bartenders, even the patrons, all great, all smiles, all loving, and downright needed. Is the part of town. I can only hope this hole in the wall stays.
That's a gay
as
guy's
pristine
review.
as it is.
My
It
review
might
is
be generous with the use of adjectives, but I'd take the bullet over the we hold joint hands down to no hesitation. Come on by and see the Valley vibes are all about. I wanted to go, but as soon as I walked on the Sunday night, the place reeked of cigarette smoke. How is that legal? You're getting fucked in the ass. What do you give a fuck? Keep scrolling. I've been prolonged Yelp hiatus. Because, can you go a little down more? You know I'm blind. The other way.
dive bar.
You're going
That's the
away.
most.
Go up. Go up more. Up. The other
Lee,
way.
are you high?
From the top. There you go. I've been on a
doing-
prolonged Yelp hiatus because I found this thing's strategy horrendous. Mob-like even. And their user base consists of goons threatening to use the platform. Whatever the fuck.
Are
Wendy.
these people being
I want to
paid?
see the menu, Brenda, not your Fashion Nova outfit. Notwithstanding, I simply adore this place. Make no mistake about it. This place is a dive. Someone ralphed inside a while back ago and it smelled like throw up for a solid. The bathroom floor is constantly covered in an inch of putrid Bud Light and prep-scented urine. You
Oh my
can live
God.
out your brisket fantasies and get caramel crush smoked in the cement-covered patio. But the character, top notch. This was one of the dying breed of gay bars. Everyone now wants fancy cocktails, and they'll drink by themselves, tucked away in a corner, while thumbing through the hookup apps and drag performers. This place has a raunchy old school skin flicks and locals that actually strike a conversation with you. It has a special night that caters to many whims and subcultures of the LGBT community. Underbear is a personal favorite to Uber Hazard men. It has some of the nicest bartenders I've ever met in a gay bar and a decent Sunday beer break. While you may be hard pressed of Sauvignon beverage. You had a Chi-Chi bar. This place is legit, and there's always parking around the neighborhood. That's the dive bar. Welcome all the cheap drinks. Awesome place to just have a drink and chill. We'll wear some nice, have special events, and there's a cover. Also, adult movies play on the screen.
I love it.
This one of the few gay bars in the valley, but probably the best. The staff is beyond friendly and will greet you with a smile and stiff paw. And this neighborhood bar, great events, band nights with soul music Sundays, drag bingo, movie nights, even PJ underwear events. It's a great scene without the WeHo attitude. Went for Underbear night for the first time. I will be back. Had so much
What is Underbear Night? We got to look this up. What
Still
hell
the
is
best.
that?
Levi Leather Gay Bar in the entire Los Angeles area. Intimate, friendly, and full of good times. Keep scrolling. Lee.
You missed the best part.
I got to look
For the
up
Underbear Night, I will be back. Had so much fun. Hot guys, yummy shots. Also the tent.
Oh my
The
God.
tent.
But I knew I would break them because how I had to fuck with them would be so intense. And no. This isn't about bringing them down. This is about you being at work and me breaking into your house with somebody and putting a bug in your wall that just goes, ha! That's it. And it starts at 8 and it stops at 1, but not loud, very subtle. So you think there's somebody laughing outside your window and shit like this. You do that to somebody every night. And then you figure out a way for them to invite you over. And go, come here for a second. Do you hear that? And you're like, nothing.
No. I think, didn't once you tell me you wanted to break in and steal like someone's like left shoe?
No, I did it to a friend of, I did it to the cab driver, that one that sits up there. We're going to walk into a club one night. We were changing in the parking lot and I saw his white shoe. It just irritated me. He had like fucking these white shoes on. A friend of ours that we had Quaaludes, the whole thing, like 4 North Bergen guys were kids. And I remember I told him when he went inside, I go, dog, don't bring those shoes. And he came back like, I do what I want. Okay. When we got to the location, he was fucking around. I saw the both shoes in the trunk. I took one and threw it in the garbage and just and he's like, where's my shoe? I can't even go in the club. I don't want to. You have to wait out here now, okay? For years, and for years, he tore that car apart, looking for that one fucking shoe. When I was doing the cases up in Snowmass, if I didn't like you, I would break into your house just to take a snow boot. You know those snow boots that you get, the expensive one? You take one snow boot from somebody, see what happens, and then check on them. How you doing? What's going on? Man, I lost my snow boot. I saw one down the road. You know, there's so many things you could do to people and have such a good time on your own without nobody knowing.
Just in like new locations. You just want to torture
I'm
random
getting
people.
to an age that when I was younger, I liked torturing people. But I'm getting to an age since I have no friends. I don't talk to them. Like, I didn't talk to anybody all weekend. So I basically just tortured people. I took my daughter's softball whistle, that f***ing whistle, the problems I caused with that whistle. I went to my buddy's restaurant, Eddie Bart. What was the name of Eddie Bart's restaurant? Out in the Little Ferry. Great restaurant. I'm sitting there, Hackensack. Doesn't matter, George. I don't even know the name of it. So I'm sitting there with Eddie Bart, and I'm blowing this whistle. Dee, dee. And every time I blow the whistle, he's a general manager. He's getting up and looking around. For 2 hours, they thought the fire alarm was going off.
Oh, my
And every
gosh.
time they would settle, I'd do another beep, beep, and they get up and they run the fucking restaurant. He didn't know until I did the podcast a week later, and he listened to it. And I talked about the whistle.
That you
So,
were,
so
my
Saturday night, I went out with a couple to dinner, a young couple. I met her 5 years ago. She's the first person I met in Marlboro. Then she introduced me to her boyfriend. I'm tighter with the boyfriend now than I am with her because he has a health food store. So I see him a lot more. So they invited me out Saturday night. And at first I was like, I don't know. And I met him. I had the last 2 edibles. I had two 500 milligram edibles. And I had some Enigma mushrooms, and I ate half the bag, but I haven't been eating mushrooms, so they kind of give you that euphoric for about a half hour. So I was eating in this restaurant. I ordered the Italian fried rice. They got Italian fried rice. And I'm eating the fried rice, and I'm fucking tripping. I'm getting high on the edibles, and the guy gave me a steak knife by mistake. So I'm just sitting there every 5 minutes. I would just pick up the steak knife and go, ha! And I just... The people next to me were going crazy every time I said ha. And then I broke the whistle out by myself. And I just started doing the beep, beep. And everybody's looking around. I'm like, and I'm calling the waiter over going, what's that whistle? And I'm like, let me find out what it is. He's running the restaurant. That's what I giggle upon. That's God. That's what I like doing.
Dude.
People I ever met, ever, beside my godfather that ever spoke to me about sex. And then I had this Puerto Rican dude on my block, Puerto Rican Nelson. He lived in the back. He was a bartender in the city. He used to always ask me, and he wasn't a freak or nothing. I always thought that at one point he would molest me.
Yeah.
And even till today, I think deep sometimes. Did Puerto Rican Nelson ever molest me? Because he used to always have a robe on and slippers and shit.
That's how he walked around?
Oh my God, Puerto Rican Nelson.
I love that you're not sure if he did. You feel like it's maybe...
Yeah, like I think, did he ever dope me? Like he ever pull a Cosby on me? Because everything about him fits like an M.O. He was just a good dude.
Yeah.
That we used to go outside and help us fix our bike. And he was a Spanish dude. And he was just, he had the sideburns and the leather jacket. And it was the early 70s. And I moved to Jersey. And he would talk to a bunch of us. And one day he would take us in the back. His claim to fame with me was that I became friends with him. And I go over there, and he had a black friend that had went over to the Rock of Gibraltar, and he brought pictures back. And then he would just talk to me. And then one day, he asked me you gotta come over. You ever go to somebody's house, and you go to their house a lot, and they're sober, but one day you catch them and they're hammered?
Yeah.
And we go over there, and it's like early in the morning. Like I used to go over there every morning at 10 and wake him up and what's up, man? What are we going to do today? Give me an hour. I'll go out there and play stickball with you. And he come out with coffee, and he reeked of alcohol.
Yeah.
He was one of those dudes in the summer. No air conditioning. Just a dynamite dude.
Yeah.
And one day, I knock on the door, and he answers with a towel around him, and he's sitting down like he's all f***ed up. Like, well, Nelson, you gonna play football? He's like, man, not today, and all this shit. He goes, come back in like 2 hours. So, we were, in those days, you're punctual.
Yeah.
Like, we were there in 2 hours. He answered the door, you guys again? The fucking curtains were still up. He invites us in. He's got a towel on. He turns a light on, and there's like a table filled with alcohol, and like.
Oh, yeah?
How old were you at this point?
12. 12, and I can't remember who the fuck I walked in there with. Like, it was like 6 of us in the neighborhood that liked Nelson, but 2 of us actually interacted a little closer with Nelson.
Yeah.
I was Spanish, so I understood Nelson's world. I knew Puerto Rican people, but I can't believe who else was the other guy that mingled with Nelson. So we had woken Nelson up. He goes, come in. We sit on his couch. You guys want a soda? He gives us a soda. He puts the TV on. You can see he's still f***ed up from the night before. He's got the towel on. And he's like, so you guys get late? And we don't know what the f*** he's talking about. Like, nobody ever spoke to me like that. I had uncles that would ask me, anybody suck your d*** yet?
Yeah.
Are you pissing sweet yet? That type of shit. But this...
You pissed.
Oh, yeah. When you're Spanish, te preguntan, oye, tú me aduces. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
Yeah, it's a great line. But Nelson was basically the first person ever. But like, I'd known about sex, but Nelson was the first person ever that said it could be yours. I'm like, what do you mean you never had sex? I got a girl right now. She'll come over and clean your pipe. And we're both like shit in our pants. Yeah, you come up with like $10 or something. We're like, nah. So that was it. He never talked about it again. And then one day we're sitting there like a month.
Just love this guy.
Like
a guy in a fucking towel has neighborhood boys over and offers to get them all over. And he's drunk.
Because he's outraged that they haven't had sex at 14 or 12.
So he was cool as He used to play basketball with us and shit. So one day I go over there with this kid, and he starts telling us.
What's his name again?
Puerto Rican Nelson. We go.
capitalized.
No, Puerto Rican Nelson was cool as because he used to bring us weed from the city, and he would actually give us 7 joints for $5.
Wow.
He really took care of us. It wasn't like he was a bad guy, which to me meant the world. Because a lot of people could bring you weed over in those days, but they say, I take a joint off the top. He was like, I got to go over anyway. Don't worry about it. The guy gives me a better deal. So I always liked him because of that. So one day we're there, and a girl's there. A girl comes out of his bedroom. Me and my buddy are like, wow, look at Puerto Rican Nelson with a broad. She sits on his lap and shit. And he's like, yeah, this is my girl. And he's feeling her up. And he's making out in front of her. And feeling into these and shit. And me and my buddy are frozen. Like, we're just, I can't remember who the fuck it was. So,
Wow.
boom.
How old was this guy?
This guy had to be 28, and the bro was like 21. But he was one of those. He had to be 26, maybe. He was from somewhere else, and he lived there. This is before the computer, and before Neighborhood Watch, and before.
and no one was freaked out by a pack of 12-year-olds hanging out with them.
No, because in those days, a lot of parents came out and played with kids. And
I know, that's
two-hand
different
touch.
now.
See, it's different
I would never
now.
be able to play with a random kid in my
No,
neighborhood.
so everybody knew him for the neighborhood, and in those days, we wanted to go into the murky waters.
Yeah.
And he was kind of opening the door. Not really, to be honest with you. It took a long time. It's not like he lurked us into his house and said, do you guys want to have sex? This is after we knew him for a year.
Right.
We go back there all the time to get water after a basketball game. We knew him, you know. But now he knew we were growing up, and he knew what our needs were. I look at it now like he was just trying to, but we couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
So one day we're sitting back there, we had a basketball game, and he's like, hey, man, what'd you think of that fucking broad the other day? Me and my buddy like, oh, she was banging. He goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, tell these guys how hot she was. And me and my buddy's like, yeah, she was hot. He's like, oh, when can we see her? He goes, listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. He goes, listen, I'm going to fuck her tonight in the living room, and I'll leave the window open. You guys can come by and listen.
That was his thing.
For like $1 a piece.
That was his fetish.
Oh, my
He
God,
got
he-
into boys listening to him.
We got there, he was fucking the shit out of her, doggy style. We all ran away. We were like mortified. We got there 10 minutes before he started fucking her. We're like, not even in there. And all of a sudden you heard her go, oh. And he's like, yeah, that's it, suck it. We tried to look. There must have been 8 of us trying to look at that window. We just heard them fucking, and I heard meat. Like, that's the first time I heard balls.
Yeah.
And we ran out of there, dog. And the next day, he's like, the next day, he's like, did you guys come by? Oh, my goodness.
That's the weirdest fucking neighborhood guy I've ever heard.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit.
Ali Brothers until I hit right next to where they lived was a company called Duratest, and they made light bulbs, all sizes. They made these things, but the best thing for us as kids was when they made the Office, the skinny long ones.
Yeah.
Oh, all that I could hit you in the head 25 times, nothing will happen. They just break and you get white powder on you. Okay, so we would jump over the dumpster, get like 150 of those things, and everybody would take an armful, and we'd go to war with each other.
No shit.
Bah, bah, bah. We'd hit each other.
No cuts.
Never a misunderstanding. And it was me, Juan Ali, Martin Perez, all these Dean Lapre, all these white dudes from 26th Street were all out there, but there was a roof, a flat roof over a garage next to Juan Ali's house, and there was access to the roof. So we're having this war, 5-on-5. Everybody's hitting each other with these things. I run to the roof. I'm having my own private war up in the roof, and somebody throws a rock over. They throw a bulb over, right? Then another bulb comes over, bah! And then a rock comes over. Well, I take the fucking rock, and I look at the guy, and I go, don't say nothing. And I throw the rock up in the air, right? And I just leave it like that, and all of a sudden you hear, And we look over, not the smart Ali, but the retarded one, Alberto, the one that used to always say, "Sí, yo sé lo que pasó."
Yeah.
Like he was the one that, he was like Louis. He's like that character Louis that wasn't intelligent, but he was going, yeah, I was there. He was that guy. Bro, I hit him in the head with that rock.
Shit.
I clocked him right here. It didn't break, but he got a lump immediately, like a hematoma.
Yeah.
But it was a hematoma that pus went right to it, and he had a little pee hole in it. You could see, and he was on the floor. He's on the floor. Like my friends didn't give a fuck. He got in there with the rock. They give it him with light bulbs and shit.
This sounds like what's the movie where New York gets put inside like
He's the dumb one?
They hit him maybe with 10 light bulbs while he was down. By the time we got to him, he had powder all over him from the light bulbs. But you can still see the lump on his head. I'll never forget it till this day. I always look him up on Facebook or Google him. I can't get him.
Dangerous fucking place when it snows is right over here.
Where?
Right over here in the fucking park called Hudson County Park. When that motherfucker snows, I have done I have done spinning things in that park. Whatever you call that, with a fucking car.
Oh, donuts.
Donuts with that in that fucking park. Like right before you hit Bergen Line by White Castle.
Right.
It started like 100 yards away. I was with my buddy, the politician, and he stepped on it and the car just started spinning with a body in the back. And the body's banging the sides. And
Wait, you did donuts in a hearse? On purpose or by accident?
Dog, in those days, there was a sheet of ice underneath.
Oh, okay. I thought you were...
You could have the best Department of Public Works, and you still after midnight, that's a jungle out there. You're just asking for trouble, dog. You're just asking for trouble out there.
That is
after
scary
midnight.
when that happens.
You go down that Edgewater Road behind the fucking grinder, that's a problem when it snows. That's a problem. All that shit is a fucking problem. That wind comes off that Hudson, my friend.
It freezes everything.
Dog, listen, all you gotta do is grab a motherfucker, knock him out, put some snow on him, and put him on a park bench by Hudson County. They won't see nothing in the morning. He'll be like that dude in Fargo. They'll just leave him out there with all the snow on him. I lived with the cook.
You lived with, not Leonard.
Rodney, whatever his name.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember.
He was my brother.
Yeah.
This dude was solid. He had an apartment with a broken window. And in the winter, you would freeze in there. But he would invite me. You don't want, because I started staying
Lionel.
with him. Lyle. No.
His name is not Lionel?
No. I started staying with him when you lived in Bremerton because it was too late to take the bus. You got to take a bus to where you and Malia lived. So he would say, just stay with me. Bro, this guy was a one-man wrecking crew at night. He turned into like a fucking animal. He lived in a warehouse, okay? And I'll never forget, he's like, stay here. I'm freezing, no heat, no nothing. There's a broken window, it's raining. And all of a sudden, people would throw rocks at his window. Hey, can I come up and smoke crack? I'd wake up and there are 3 black guys in my living room with no lights on, with candles, smoking crack. I go, what the is this? One night I went up there and he's like, you want to go to a party upstairs? I go, yeah. Went upstairs to a party and there was like 10 girls. There was a girl dancing in a cage and shit. I'm like, you. I thought his name was Ron. I go, you got it going on. Really good guy.
It wasn't Lionel?
No, Lionel!
Lionel. No, it's Lionel. Yeah. Lionel.
So this guy comes in with a white jacket on, with a hot chick, and he's talking about, I'm the mayor of Seattle. You knew him. He was like, I'm the mayor. So they got coke out.
Was it John Eagle?
I don't know. They got coke out. But somebody had a little heroin out. And this guy, there's a pole. Like poles. It's a warehouse. So there's
No,
beams.
was it downtown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Underground. Right behind where that band where Hart used to
I
play.
went to some parties there.
Yeah. It was great. And there was a warehouse and you had to take a shower in the hallway. Great building.
Yeah.
I'm up there one day and this guy comes in at like 4 in the morning. I'm the mayor of Seattle. And I'm like, all right. And there's a pole. I'll never forget this. And there's 2 mirrors on the table, whatever. And there's coke and there's heroin. He thought it was the coke. So he took the heroin and he did the whole line of heroin. He's like, ah.
and he's making all these noises, and all of a sudden you see the heroin hit him, and he holds on to the beam, and all of a sudden you see him hold the beam, and he just starts spinning around the beam, and he just falls, man. He just falls, and I did some of that heroin that night. It was like a little line. Anyway, next morning I work up at Lionel's. It's like 10 in the morning on a Sunday, and the shower was in the hallway. It was just a metal shower that you went into, and there was a wall. And as I was waiting to get into the shower, I had done so much heroin the night before, I just passed out and went right through the wall. It was like that scene in Bruce Lee when he kicks the guy through the wall, and you see an implant of the guy with his hands like that. That's what it looked like. Lionel came out. He's like, "What's that noise?" I was in the fucking wall, and the wall had nothing. The other side had the metal beams. I cut my shoulder. I was bleeding. He's like, "You got to go to a doctor." What happened? I go, "Dog,
We were doing heroin last night.
drugs for 2 fucking days."
Yeah. No, that place was crazy. I went to a couple parties there.
That place is crazy.
But the people who he was completely cool with, anybody who walked in the door.
Yeah, he didn't give a
Nah, he didn't give a
Renting or just like a crack?
No, he was renting. It was his apartment.
He lived there.
He lived there. It was a warehouse that had different rooms, and you could just pull it was like this. That's the doors. There was no key. It was like that.
Dude, and I remember one of the parties I said there was somebody shooting up in the back.
Oh yeah.
And I asked Lionel, I go, "Who are they?" And he goes, "I don't know."
I don't know.
Yeah. He was like, "I don't know." Yeah. That was a bizarre time, man.
Memories are fresh in my mind. These crazy f***ing things I bring up from the dead, and I go, "Oh my God." You know, I was telling my wife today that at my mom's funeral, at the wake, her best friend, with white powder in her nose. There's 200 people in the thing. It's the second night, and she goes, "I gotta tell you something. I don't like half the people in this room." And I go, "Sorry." And she goes, "I'm telling you. And your mother didn't like them either." She went up by the casket and in broken English, she's like, "Can I have your attention, please?" And she goes, "Listen, not for nothing. I see a lot of you people having a good time drinking. She goes, there's a lot of people in this room that you didn't like Denora, and Denora didn't like you. Do me a favor, finish your drink, get the fuck out of here." Like, I got shit for days that I sit here and go, what the fuck just happened?